chocolate and free stuff. Yeah, that got your attention. Well, so how's everyone tonight? Everyone good?
Yeah.
So who did something awesome on the weekend?
What
did you do?
I scored in gold class.
You did what? Sorry.
I scored in gold class.
Oh, rad. And anyone else? What'd you do?
I quit my job.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Cool. Well, this is. Oh yeah. What did you do, Marianne?
I slept until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, right. So my weekend. So Friday night, it's sort of my ritual. I go to Croydon Skate Park. So Seatown, as us local boys call it. So before I start, any skaters in the room tonight?
I'm not a band man.
Skater? Oh, right.
In my dreams.
I know you skate. Yeah. So that's my ritual. So this time of year, daylight savings, there's only 3 skate parks this side of Melbourne that have lights on till about 11 o'clock at night. So there's Riverside. So anyone know that? Probably not. Yeah.
The other day.
Yeah. So that's by the Yarra. That's in the city. And then there's Noble Park. So anyone that rides, that is an awesome skate park. Whether you ride scooters, skateboards, bikes, get down there. It's so cool. Like there's new stuff. It's heaps cool. Like so big as well. And then my favourite is Croydon.
Yeah.
That's my favourite because it's local, but it's got everything there. So anyway, I went to Croydon and I wanted to learn some new tricks. So I went down there. We're all down there. And when I get there, so the thing is, now there's only like 3 skate parks that are open this time of year at night. It sort of filters out the little kids and the skaters because they're sort of in bed already. So there's the really, really top skaters in the area and everything that sort of go there. And they sort of come from not just the area, but they come from everywhere. And there I was, so I rock up and I see these guys and they're absolutely shredding. They're pulling off some gnarly airs, like cool lip tricks, cool grinds and everything. So I was there and I was watching these guys and I really love watching cool skaters. So, alright, picture this. It's your first ever night here at BB and you're asked to stand up in front of the room. How are you feeling at that moment? What's your name? Who bought you? What's your favourite colour? All that kind of stuff. Nervous? Scared? Intimidating?
Scared.
Scared? Yeah. Forgive me. What if they think I'm a loser? What if I say something stupid and they think I'm weird? Now, who in this room has ever felt like that in a situation before? Yeah, I know I have too. And I still do. And keep your hand raised if you ever feel like that has altered you to change the way you make your decisions. It's natural and it's fine. That's cool. So there I was, right? I was standing at the top of this bowl. I was watching these guys skate and the last dude finishes up and he grabs his board and he's all cool and stuff. And he's sort of like, are you gonna go in, man? And I'm like, yeah, right. Like, clunk my board over the coping, roll up, drop in. Skateboarding 101. I throw down three of the most basic tricks I bloody know. And I roll away and I'm so frustrated with myself at that very point. And I'm just like, man, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You came here to learn that back disaster revert. What the hell, dude? And I roll away and I'm so frustrated. What if there wasn't so many people there? What if you had the power to do what you wanted without worrying what others will think of you? What if you could walk away from tonight and you had the ability to go out and try new things without feeling like you were being judged? And I'm not saying go out and try drinking, smoking or taking drugs. I mean, like, hey, don't listen to your teachers or your parents because they're stupid and they don't know what they're talking about. No, I'm not saying that because we don't condone that. It's not what we're about. But, the challenge is this. Remember, there is always someone out there. There is always someone out there who is not going to like you or what you do. So you've got to learn to accept that. That is the first and foremost very step to being yourself. So I've never really spoken to this about to anyone before. But about a year ago now at work, I was coming home from long, hard, busy days. And I'd come home and I'd sort of procrastinate. I'd sit on my phone, Facebook, check my Instagram, go through my emails, have something to eat, maybe watch some TV or whatever. And after a while, like, this is all well and good. We all do it. After a while, I was finding that these things were banking up. You know, the grass was getting long. There was clothes on my bedroom floor everywhere, and maybe like the bathroom wasn't tidy or something. So I found this really cool strategy, and sorry. I found this really cool strategy. So I don't know if you've seen them before. They're kind of like little notepads, and they're about that size. You can get them at Safeway or Officeworks, and they're very similar to what waiters carry around with them and take your orders when you go to a restaurant. So I had one of those, and I'd keep it in my shirt pocket. And every time, like Trippy Scott, show it, just like that. And every time I was at work and I'd think of something I needed to do, I'd whip it out. I'd always have a pen on me, and I'd jot it down. So there I was, working away with this lovely bloke. Really nice bloke. I've got a lot of lovely things to say about him, but I won't get into that. Anyway, so there I was working away, and a thought pops into my head. So there I go, whip out my little journal. I jot it down. He goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my journal, man." And he's like, he looks at me and he goes, "So what's that all about?" So I told him, and he goes, "Faggot." Ow! It was like, I don't know if anyone's seen like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom here. You know that moment where the Indian guy like reaches into that guy's chest and he like brings out the heart and it's like, and he puts it in the paper bag. I think that's a different movie, but anyway, that's what it felt like. It felt like it was like signed, sealed, and delivered to me. And anyway, so that was the most humiliating moment in my life, and I've never actually carried. I put that journal back in my pocket, and to this day, I've never actually used that journal again. I think it went through the wash, but that's a different story. But the fact is this, guys. This guy was putting me down. Why? Anyone know? Anyone might know why that he would have been putting me down?
Maybe you bullied, intimidated by you.
Yes.
Jealous?
Possibly. I think what it is, this guy had struggling with particular demons in his life at that point, and he felt the need to put me down and others down to make himself feel better. But you got to rise above that, guys. That's the second challenge. You got to be the bigger person. You know, the problem is we tend to make our decisions based on the principle of the 6 basic fears. Now, I don't know if any of you have heard about that. It's a pretty old school thing. I came upon it reading a book by an old bloke called Napoleon Hill. I don't know if anyone knows him. Yeah, anyway, so the 6 basic fears. The fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. The fear of death. So that's the 6 basic fears. So that's all well and good, but where do we go from there? The only advice I can give you is to make decisions within your heart. So make decisions within your heart, guys. So these 6 basic fears are very, very basic, but they are 6 basic principles in which affect our decision making in life. So I was doing some research the other day on the Dalai Lama, and this fantastic quote popped up. And it said, "How do we know when to make the right decision?" How do we know when to make the right decision? So that is, we don't always make the right decision first. First we make the wrong decision, we make our mistakes, and that's when we know how to make the right decisions. There's also another fantastic quote which said, "Love is the absence of judgment." So love is the absence of judgment. Now, I look around the room tonight, I see a whole heap of different weirdos in this room, and I'm a weirdo.
Thank you.
You're a weirdo. And she's definitely a weirdo, the one with no hair. But each time I come into this room, each one of you seems to emit this strong aura about you, which is the absence of judgment. As a result of that, we have this culture of love, value, belonging, and acceptance, which seems to eliminate in this room quite strongly. Now, what if you felt like that in every situation in your day-to-day lives? If at any time you feel judged for having a crack at something new, having a go, or just simply trying to be yourself, I challenge you to put your foot in the door. and rise above judgment. And always remember that we mock what we don't understand. Has anyone heard that quote before? We mock what we don't understand. It's so basic, but it's so true, isn't it? So I challenge you not to be afraid. And if you are afraid, that's all right. Do things afraid. The best opportunities have come from when people are doing things afraid, going out on a limb and going for that new job or starting that new business. That's when the biggest success stories in life, that's where they evolve from, doing things afraid. So there I was just the other day. I was sitting in my car Thursday night, going through my phone. I tend to do that when I get home sometimes. And I get this message from Phil. It says, hey man, just checking if you're all good for the asset on Monday night. Oh. No. I had the biggest weekend, alright? I worked Saturday and Sunday on my cash job, 7 till 4 o'clock both days. Flat knacker, flat out. Moving rocks, digging holes, setting posts, building staircases. In between that spare time that I have lies my time. That's my time to cook, clean, do my washing, do my groceries, spend time with my tailor, and and relax. I love relaxing. So who here relaxing? It's good. It's good. But I went out on a limb, guys. I went out on a limb. So I made a decision no matter what, how hard I had to work, no matter how late I stayed up Thursday night, Friday night, how early I got up in the morning, I was going to make this happen. I was so confident that if I tried my very best and I committed to that, I would make it happen. This will be a success. And so far it's turning out alright, I think. So guys, commit to your decisions. That's the other thing. So I know that when I come into this room at any given time, whether it's a Monday, Friday, Thursday, any day that ends in AY, I know that I can come in here and I can express myself in any way, shape or form without feeling judged, without feeling criticised. So why can't we feel like that all the time?
Get depressed.
Sorry?
You'd get depressed.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Well, guys, the answer is this. We don't feel like that due to the culture in our society. People have been exposed to things like judgment, mockery and humiliation, and trauma, which trigger small fears, or the 6 basic fears, one of. And more often than not can influence a person's attitude. And before you know it, one person's attitude can influence another's. And before you know that, 2 can influence 3. And then 3 turns into 25 people sharing similar beliefs and values. Isn't that incredible? Influences are just like viruses. So whether you want to be a positive influence or a negative influence, that's entirely up to you. So, well guys, I can tell you that 400 years ago, people used to think that the earth was flat. And that was due to the idea of one person of influence. That one person of influence managed to convince a large number of people that his ludicrous logic was in fact true. So I can tell you that I've never actually left planet Earth, but I believe that the Earth is spherical and there are other planets out there in our solar system. So I've never actually seen that, but the reason I believe that is because I've been told that so many times through media, through people, through television, through everything. The fact is, people believe things that they are told that many times. Sorry. It's in fact carved into our subconscious. So who knows what a subconscious is?
Yep.
So what is it? Let's hear some answers. Yep.
It's a conscious that you're not aware of. It can be like a physical form, so dreaming can be your subconscious, or even thoughts.
Yeah, spot on. Exactly. So our subconscious is our Jiminy Cricket. He's our angel. He's our demon on our shoulder. He influences us and tells us what to eat, where to drink, who to speak to, how to talk, what to say, where to look, all those sorts of things. He's on the TV. So I advise you to stay positive. That's the other challenge. And you'll actually impact your subconscious. So what if I told you you have complete power to influence your subconscious? What if I told you that you have the ability to control how you influence yourself and others? Be the change you wish to see in it. Yeah, who's heard that quote before? Yeah, I've seen it a lot on Facebook, and I was actually hesitant to mention this tonight, as I strive to be a person of influence and not a person who's easily influenced. I don't know. I think sometimes my integrity gets in the way of my ignorance. But anyway, that's probably my self-doubt. It's such a good quote because it's so simple. It's such an effective way that we learn how to influence other people and change the world with our views. It's bread and butter, really. So guys, make some long-term goals. If you want to be a millionaire, that's alright. That's fine. If you want to save for a house, write it down. Break it down too into steps, and then write it down and turn that goal into, by the 8th of August 2000 and whatever, I'll have made my first million. Write it down, put it on your bedroom wall, and read it every single night before you go to bed. The great man Kanye West once said, aim for the stars and you'll land on a cloud. And that's a cool quote as well, because it's so true. There's been so many times in my life where I've aimed for the stars. I've set goals that probably might have been a little bit out of reach, or for some reason I haven't reached them. But I've got so many good things out of them. And you don't give up. You just keep going. You keep going. If you do this, you won't believe how much this will actually work, trust me. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you guys, I challenge you guys to wake up, and I want you to say to yourself, today I'm going to have a good day. Not when you get into the kitchen and you're having a coffee. As soon as you wake up and you put your feet on the floor, don't say it in your head, say it out aloud to yourself. I actually did that this morning and I had a really good day. And it works every time I do it, I swear. It sounds silly, but it's really good. Subconscious, exactly. Exactly. So you'll see how much that influences your attitude. So just before we finish up, guys, and head into PAX, I just want to make a small confession. There isn't actually any chocolate tonight, but I know. But there is some free stuff. Yeah. Yes. So guys, I'm about to go through some 6 basic steps of basically how to influence other people in the best way possible and be yourself. So 6 basic steps. If you want to look back, this is going to be filmed, so it'll be on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. So you can go over that. So if you want to take notes, I highly encourage that. But before we go into PAX, I'm just going to go over for that. So the first step. The first step.
Step 1.
Learn to be okay with being disliked. That's the first and foremost step.
Learn to be what?
Okay with being disliked. The second step. It's okay. You can follow it up on our YouTube page later. Okay. Second step is be the bigger person. I'm not talking about going to gym so you can belt the crap out of that loser who called you a fag. That means being integral, guys. That means being integral to yourself and mentally resilient. So that's what I mean by being the bigger person. The third step, do things afraid. I know we talked about this, but that's cool. I had to put that in. I love it. 4, commit to your decisions. Step 5, stay positive. And step 6, most important, step 6, convince your subconscious by setting goals. So step 1, can anyone tell me what that was?
Learn to be okay with being.
Step 1, learn to be okay with being disliked. Step 2, be the bigger person. Step 3,
Do things afraid.
do things afraid. Step 4,
Wait.
commit to your decisions.
Oh, that's it.
Step 5, stay positive. And last but not least, step 6, convince your subconscious. So thanks, guys.
Right.
Thank you.